Good morning, everyone. It's March 12, 2024, 9:28 in the morning. Market is about to open in 2 minutes, and we're here finishing up our watch list. So SPY is up by $1.91 or 0.37 percent. Let me just adjust my screen right here and my desk. All right, so SPY pre-market low is at 510.15, pre-market high is at 514.84, and looking at the daily, we are just a little above our yesterday's candlestick. So up by $2 now. We do have a couple of gap up. Oracle had news and it was a pretty good news. So they're up by 10.7%. And we're going to be watching Oracle today. Almost all the AI play had been very active. And we don't have a big economic news today. So yeah, nothing too exciting, but we'll do our usual play, which is we'll wait in the sideline for the first 15 minutes, see if any of our watch list is making the move, and we'll go from there. So market is now open. Billy pre-market low and pre-market high at 13.5. Just had that support and resistance acting now as a support for Billy. Billy is up by 2.1%. Nvidia, a high price stock. I just used Nvidia to see if AMD is having a pullback or a pushed up based on what SPY is going to be doing, as well as the same sector like Nvidia. Nvidia, on the other hand, is a high price stock. So I just use that as either an indicator for me if AMD is due for some moves as well, considering that it is a semiconductor sector as well. So Nvidia, AMD stocks, those stocks have been pretty bullish for the past couple of weeks. Again, because of those AI that had been influencing those stocks. So I'm also watching LUV. LUV is a gap down by 9.9%. So travel sector, especially LUV, is having a pullback. PLTR is here as well. Let's look at what Rivian is going to do today. Rivian had been very bullish for the past 3 days, and let's see if they can sustain that bullishness. Roku, not a lot of volume. Just wanted to put in my level. Li Auto is not a lot of volume as well. Pre-market low here and with a pre-market high. So yeah, just finishing up those levels. SE had been very bullish for the past couple of days. SE usually do not get to have that big of a move at the open, especially now that we only have less than 100,000 shares. So Oracle having a pullback here. So now that we have our pre-market level, let's look at a lower time frame. So of all the gap up list, Oracle is the one that has one of the biggest gap, 9.4%. JD is up by 4.5%, and still looking strong. AMD, this pretty much had been, we traded this one back on Friday for a short, and this is now an inside bar. So it gets very tricky when stock is moving inside bar because you're just going to be in the range bound trade, and unless you are at the extreme range, then your probability of catching that range bound move is higher. But otherwise, if it's just in the middle of the range, just like this, you have your pre-market high, pre-market low, and you're in between that, then we're just going to go back and forth the range. The strategy here is if it goes to this level, of course, if all the indicators are lining up to have this one as a good support, then we get to long this with the probability of having it all the way up here, but this one is also a high price stock, so we're just going to be watching that. Coin looking like it's due for a pullback, had a big rejection candle yesterday, and now about to test that low of this candlestick. So low of that candlestick is this level 24.29, and looks like we're gonna head there. ON. So this one is a float of 187 million, so not a low float stock, but it is a gap down of 16.5%. Very huge gap down. And let's looking at the daily, we had some consolidation here and then now open at 29. We are about to touch a strong support, that is the pre-market low right here, 27.53. We can look for a 9 EMA to the short later on with this, but no strategy or no setup yet. BA eventually lost the support. BA had been having this support right here around 197. Yesterday had a huge gap down, and today continuation of that gap down. So now we're down by 2.9%, and yeah, that doesn't look good for the long-term investors. LUV, it formed an opening range breakdown, but we are heading to that. Let's see, next support here, a couple of touches there at 29.52, which looks like we're about to head there. BLTR had been very strong for the last couple of weeks, and then for 4 consecutive days, it is now having that pullback, 24.82. And the common denominator here is also the tech companies is having a pullback, except Oracle. Oracle had earnings, and I believe they beat their earnings, so very great news for them. That's why they are gapping up. Roku here having that pullback as well. Roku had been beaten down, and all right, support there, 63.48. So no trades yet for me, just waiting for the right setup here. Roku, that's a support right there. It's like a strong support. Have touched that a couple of times, but not a lot of volume. SPY as well, having a pullback right here. Wow, SPY is pulling everything down. Support there with SPY, this level, 511.80. Okay, this is the support that we were talking about, 27.6. This stock right here is at short selling restriction, so we can only get fill on an uptick. What is Tesla doing today? So Tesla as well having a pullback, support right there, 174. That is already a move from $3 move. That is a very strong support here with Tesla, 174. If SPY finds a support, then this can be a good probability for a long. So let's look at a lower time frame here. Tesla had touched this level 173.48 couple of times, and if we find a good support right there, then this can be a good long. So SPY having pushed up at the 9 EMA. So SPY here with the 5 minutes, you have your 9 EMA right there. Tesla, all right, so Tesla, so this is how you get to see whether is that support really is a strong support versus not. So we're looking at that level 173.82. We see that bounce right there. That's where we place our strong support there because it had been touched a couple of times. So if SPY shows us some signs of bounce, then this can be a good place to enter long. Confirmation that we're waiting for is a big ask sitting right here, as well as a volume bar that's depleting when it's pushing down, and a hammer candlestick right here. Right now, we haven't seen that yet. So the good thing about having this big of a move at the open is, you know, that it's just not gonna, SPY is just not gonna have this downfall for like an hour or two. Investors will be jumping out of their positions as well, and that would be a chaos. So that's why there will be some bounce eventually. Right now it's not yet, because look at the bid right here, huge bid at 173. We are heading to 173 here. So 173. All right, so this is, all right, that's the level that we placed there. It already broke that level. Let's see now if that level that we have turned into a resistance. Let's see if that resistance can, okay, SPY is having a bounce and ready to, okay, SPY bouncing here. I don't see any block or wall at the bid here now. So 173, that's the first doji that we get to see in 1 minute. All right, so entering long Tesla here. Let's see if this is the bounce that we were waiting for Tesla. So it's going to be a very tight stop loss here. I just realized that I wasn't sharing my screen. So we did place our levels initially. Screen is now shared. And what I saw with Tesla was this first doji right here after we have that massive move from the open, which is 177 all the way down to 173. So that is a $4 move right there. We are having a very tight stop loss here. The low of the day will be my stop loss. So the daily, that's why I have this one pulled up, is because that level right there at 173.35 had been acting as a strong support for a while. If we broke that level, then the next support there is, let's see. So thinking of adding to my position here in Tesla. All right, added to my position in Tesla. So Tesla trade right now is looking pretty good. We did maximize that move with that add. And looking at the daily for Tesla, the next support that we have, if we break that, is this level right here, which is 168. So that is another $5 move if this one doesn't work. So let's see here, very close to getting stop out. All right, all out Tesla. Tesla was not ready yet at that move. That was a big order that went through there. SPY also consolidating here, looking for a confirmation so I can re-enter Tesla here. So got stop out, but waiting for another opportunity to jump back in Tesla. All right, let's see if any other stocks are bouncing. The easy trade today is a short. ON looks like a good short, a VWAP play to the short. Okay, volume bar in Tesla. About to break that support. Okay, ready to jump back in. Let's see. Still have big order sitting at the bid here. So this is gonna test that support. Yep, that's a support that was tested. Next level to touch here, 72.50. So we're heading to 172.50 here. All right, no more at the bid here. 72.60 still there. SPY still looking weak. We're incoming 72.50. It's 72.50 got filled there. I like how volatile this one. 72.50. All right, SPY still having that pullback. Still heading lower here. Big bid. BA looks like it's ready for a bounce up. LUV bouncing as well together with BLTR. AMD is still bleeding down. Coin, same. This one still has some room to go. So where is our next level here? Yeah, we still have a long way here. I don't see any anomaly here yet with, let's see here. SPY, that's about to test closing price yesterday. All right, entering long Tesla here. Stop loss is the low of the day. So small position there to the long. Let's see if SPY is able to hold this level. We don't have that much of a volume yet. So that's the thing that we're missing here with Tesla. So Tesla testing that moving average. SPY testing that moving average. We have that confirmation. Gonna be adding to that position. All right, stop loss here is still low of the day. SPY is at that moving average. So this is now our resistance right here. So strong resistance incoming at 73.52. 5 minutes looking very bullish here. Okay, SPY still heading lower. Tesla here, although Tesla is pushing up. If SPY gives us a bounce, then this is a good place to add as well. Wanted to have a little bit of a pullback before reloading to the add. So added to my Tesla position. Okay, Tesla now looking better. So this is the level that we were talking about earlier, about having that strong resistance, because we have touched that level a couple of times. So let's see if that level will act as a support or will just break that support. Rivian looking good as well here. Look at this anomaly here. Big volume bar. You get your nice setup here for a hammer. This hammer right here. Yeah, this one looking good now for a long. But I do have my position in Tesla. So if I'm able to get out of this Tesla, yeah, I'm thinking of doing a long. Let's see if I can have a small long position in Rivian here. All right, small position with Rivian to the long. All right, SPY here, having that found the support for 510. So that one was already a move of almost $4. So since we have entered our average cost here, let's see, 172.95. So average cost right there. We're waiting for Tesla to break this resistance 73.78. All right, SPY looking strong at the 5 minutes. Let's turn off our pre-market. All right, so 5 minutes with Tesla looks good. So we found a support right here. Although this one is an inside bar of this candlestick, the low of this candlestick is so much higher than the low of this. So we can see the trend. Let's see if that level can be respected. Rivian here started a small position to the long. Anomaly here, big volume bar. So let's watch Tesla here. This could be a nice place to add as well if that support is respected. So our stop loss here is the low of the day. So not a lot of volume here when we're pushing down. So yeah, that's why we're just under consolidation here. This was the place that I was talking to earlier, that could be a good place to add. But yeah, we did have a good amount of shares here with long added to that position. Average cost now is here. So what I see now here in Tesla is, if you look at the bid and the ask, there's not an imbalance right here. There is one at 173, so expect that. Let's see, that will pull it back a little at 173 level. So we're gonna head to 173. If that wall is broken, then yeah, we can expect pushed up. So now we're having that let's see, just small order sitting right here, bearish. All right, so this is a classic, your lower time frame. If you see here, this one is lower than this one. So we do have that confirmation that our trend now is to the upside. We do have a strong resistance right here, 73.8, that we're trying to break off. But having this trend at a lower time frame looking like this at the 5 minutes, we can see here that the low of this stock for now is 172.4. So okay, this is the decision. This is the resistance that we're trying to break off of, 173.74. Rivian looking nice here with our long position, but just a small position. So let's another rejection there at that level. So strong resistance, 73.74, another rejection. What can we see about the volume bar? Volume bar is still medium size, still expect some consolidation there. Not a lot of volume with that rejection. Once we reach that resistance, moving average here at the 1 minute. Let's see, higher time frame, we're just still inside bar. Trying to see if there's any other stocks that is moving nicely. Oracle, big gap up, moving average there. Okay, Tesla testing again 173.4. We do have 173.80 here, so that's incoming. So let's look at the pop to 173.80. 173.80. So 173.60, 56. Still has that wall right there. Okay. No imbalance yet. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, there you go. VWAP, next one. So now we broke that strong resistance. Strong resistance was broken, although we did get a rejection, but that one was expected because the next resistance here is the high of this week, 173.93. So once we reach that 173.93, it was met by some sellers expected strong resistance there, but yeah, volume bar. Okay, but we are still, where's my pen? We're still in that channel right there. Big order sitting right here, 73.70. Okay, big rejection there. Look at SPY. SPY just about to test the high of the day. I wonder what AMD's doing. AMD V reversal. So you have the sell-off and then, yeah. All right, back to Tesla here. We're testing now this support. We're back to that strong support. Big rejection at 173.93, the VWAP. So the next support here is this level, 72.73. AMD, look at this nice V reversal right here. It's 94, 98 dollars move. Tesla, we're just stuck in this consolidation here with our average cost 72.95. All right, so let's see, we're testing that level 28.54. European also have found a new support here at 12.12. Tesla just consolidating here. Okay. So what I can notice here is AMD had a nice V reversal. Tesla is just still consolidating here. The thing that I don't like about the longer it takes for the move to happen, the lower the probability. Big order sitting right here at the bid. We're still with this re-entry here. We're still up at this trade, but we did encounter the loss here. So that's why I'm waiting for at least a moved break to the VWAP. But let's see if we're gonna go there. Big order sitting at the bid here. We're gonna have a pullback here. The stop loss here is still the low of the day. Okay, that's the support right there, 72.69. 72.41 is our stop loss. Now what I can see here is the bid and the ask. We have more stacks of bid here. Next support 72.5. Fifteen minutes for just an inside bar. Trying to see if there's any other stocks that are moving. We're stuck in this consolidation. All right, so some teaching here. All right, so on ON, this is the kind of stock that we get to teach in our class. Short bias here, you have a big gap down. What I would like to see here is a test of the high of the day, so around 29, that this is gonna push to 29, because look at this one, when we're heading higher, the volume bar is heading lower. So what we're waiting for is all the buyers to get exhausted around 29, because most likely it will get to test that high of the day, 29, and short it from there. So that is your 9 EMA right there. If there's an inverted hammer, volume spike, once that inverted hammer takes place, then that is the A plus setup. So yeah, let's wait for that level. And our Tesla is working now in our favor. So we'll wait for that 29. So Tesla eventually have that nice pushed up. We are retesting again that level 73.93. That is this very strong resistance right there. Rivian as well working nicely, but we only have a very small position. Waiting for, okay, so now the tides had turned. We have, okay, AST sitting right here. Big order at 73.90. All right, so now we're talking. All right, just taking some partial there. We do have that moving average. All right, could have still that bigger of a move, but paper hands, just because I do have this loss right here. So once we have gotten that move 72 to 74, around $2, yeah, took some partial, and this one still has some room to go up, but just close my position there. All right, so Rivian here looking strong. So let's see. All right, added to my position in Rivian to the long. So now we are long Rivian. We went all out Tesla, but Tesla is still moving up here. So yeah, we did have to leave some money at the table there. So what else? Okay, so next one. So this is ON that we were talking about. What we're waiting for is for this to test 29.09 and to short it there. Trying to see what the levels looked like. All right, so pre-market high of this was at 35. That's why I don't get to see it with my lower time frame. Right, so let's see Rivian here, 12.25. Not the best ad on Rivian. All right, so ON. So we have a level, we would like to short it once it reached 29, but look at this one, it's so close to that level, 29.08, but it had already a rejection at 28.93. Still has some stacks of orders sitting here at the ask. So yeah, let's look at and see if it can pop to 29 before even considering a short there. Roku still low volume here. It did found a support at 62.97. There's no trade to take at AMD because even if this one is at the pre-market low, your pre-market high is all the way up here at 202 and your high of the day is at 201. So although this one looks like it is looking like a short, you still have all the way up here of 201. It can just retest the high of the day. So yeah, no trades to take there. Tesla on the other hand is still looking bullish here. So the thing about Tesla comparing to Rivian is Rivian has 12 million shares actively being traded. Tesla has 26. Nice order flow right here, your level 2 as well as your tape with very quick and lots of liquidity. Unlike Rivian, not as much, but we're just heading into that consolidation. So let's just give it some time. All right, anomaly here, 5 minutes. Look at this one, MSTR, float of 14 million. So not a good low float stock, 1 million actively being traded. Look at this big volume bar right here. So this one now is a short. Wow. But of course, a piece is 1,500. Very high price stock. Yeah, I don't even want to touch this. But if this one is, let's say, are less than 200 per share stock, then I can short this one, but not with this. Yeah, we will tie up my capital there. So Tesla here working nicely. Okay, Tesla. All right, so here, so it did not go all the way to what we're looking at, 2909. It just went to 2893, but it already had that reversal right there. So let's see, 2853, like around 20 cents move there. Yeah, did not give us that setup, so was not able to short that. So Rivian, I just don't like it's not moving as much. So yeah, trying to see if there's any other setup that we can find. So far, we have traded Tesla and Rivian. So currently at a Rivian position here, which is not moving as much. So we've been just in that consolidation. But looking at the higher time frame, we do have that wedge right there. We found a support around almost 12 there, and then yeah, so yeah, this one just needs some patience. All right, another test of that resistance here is that VWAP 12.26. all right, perfect. No imbalance right here. So this ad right here was not the best ad, but the reason why I added there is once I closed my position to Tesla, my capital was now not tied up to Tesla, so I can trade Rivian. Strong resistance at that 12.27. We've been encountering that strong resistance for a while here. Now the stop loss that I have here now is at this level. So I am adjusting my stop loss to 12.1 instead of 11.97, making it a stop loss that is tighter just because this wick right here is very long. So you have 12.1 all the way to 11.98. So we're talking about let's see, 0.03 cents. And right now 12.22, 12.09. So stop loss of around 13 cents. So yeah, tight stop loss now. Tesla here. So Tesla was a bit of paper hands right here because of this loss. So as soon as we get that pop, just wanted to not turn this to a red trade. So that's why I was just so aggressive to cover. But we have left at least 85 cents in the table. Totally fine. All right, so ON, this is the setup that we were waiting for. What I'm looking at is ON to touch 2909, and from there, if it'll give us a nice inverted hammer at that level, then that's the A plus setup for a short. So that's what we're waiting for. So since I am going to be looking for some other stocks, I want to make sure that my stop loss is intact. So if ever something crazy happen and I don't get to watch this Rivian, then my stop loss is there. All right, so our stop loss is there. All right, what else? All right, let's look at this one. I have rejection already. Billy, interesting, 5 minutes. But this one is this a all-time high? Not an all-time high, but very strong stock today. A gap up 3.2%. JD, very interesting level. Retouch the high of the day, 27.3. Is this the one that I am considering shorting? Nope, because it's a gap up. What I see here is this can easily just break that double top. All right, Looking for a setup. No setup, but we're still waiting for this one to touch 29. What we can notice here is, look at this trend. We're still at that wedge. That wedge is tightening up. Tesla. Another pushed up here. Actually, for a long-term investing, yeah, Tesla looks fine. Yeah, I did have to scoop it at this level here for my long-term account. All right, next test, 12.25. We're at the VWAP again, that strong resistance. Rejection again. Look at this one. This one looks like it's about to break that support. Yeah. Roku eventually found the support. S4. Alright, looks like most of the stocks that we're watching is just heading to consolidation here. So let's see if there's anything interesting. So just going over the scanner here, Baidu, Yin. Nice gap down here, but haven't had any pullback yet. Click. Yeah. Nikola daily looks horrible. All right, Rivian eventually broke that 12.27. We're now 12.30. Will it sustain that? 12.31. All right, perfect. So now this strong resistance that we were talking about turned now as a support. So our wedge that we were talking about earlier was broken to the upside. So now it's the decision. So now let's move our stop loss to break even. I can still be a bit patient with this trade, but it's just not moving as much. And yeah, this still actually has some room to the upside, but yeah, I do have my stop loss above my break even. All right, let's see here. Look at this thing. This is what you call the algorithmic one. So we were looking at the 29. Look at this. If you were short right here with your stop loss all the way up here, you could have stopped out and then still is moving down. But yeah, let's wait for 29. All right, Rivian. There you go. So just having my stop loss behind that moved. 37. Rejection at 37. Where is that? Oof. It can just stop me out here. 0.02 cents from getting stop out. SPY doing its thing. Now created a new high of day. Rivian pulling back. Looking at the tape, 34, 33. Let's see if this is gonna stop us out. $33 here. 30. I did not like that it print 29 there. Waiting for another pop. So the high here is 37, 31, 0.01 from getting stop out, 0.31. Trying to see if there's any other. 31 again. 30. Okay. Gonna get stop out with this trade. Alright. I'll out with Rivian. But yeah, a little bit of a profit there. Okay. ON level that we were looking at, 29. So we went there. That was a big anomaly here. 375. Float 187 million. Not a low float here. Was the buyer exhausted with this? So our level here, 45. Small short position. Let's see. Willing to add. We're now just risking $100 share here, or $100 risk. 163. Let's see, looking at on holdings, drop 14%. Since we do have time to read the news while waiting for the move. So on holding 14%, Q4 lost 14%. So it's a provider of sports products. Okay. Q4 lost. Okay, so there is a catalyst. Now is it time for us to add to this position? Look at Vivian. We were able to capture that move before it had that pullback. What we're waiting for here is a confirmation that we're definitely heading lower before I add to this position. Not a lot of volume here. That's the thing that I don't like. Okay, 26.92. All right, added to my position here to the short. All right, added to that position. Thing about this very weak stock is it can easily just pop because of those wick right there. So let's put in our stop loss there. Tesla pushing up nicely. That could have been a one and done. What else? LUV. This is what we were talking about earlier. It created a double top, but that double top can easily just be broken and push higher because it's a gap up, which is what happened. That's why you don't want to short a gap up stock, because shorts is going to cover, so that's going to create a very big move to the upside. So this is also the reason why I was selling earlier that this inverted hammer doesn't look like a short to me, because you do have your high of the day at 201, which it can easily just retest that level. So volume bar is depleting here, but we don't have a lot of volume here to begin with, 14 million only. Okay, volume bar. I'm looking for a big volume bar here. 1 minute when it's pushing down, so I can add to my short position. Okay. moving average acting as a support here. I don't like how this one is looking like you have a big volume bar pushing up here. 5 minutes looks fine, but I do have a very long wick here, so just lowering down my risk here. Would like to add if it goes below 28.88 because that is the current support here. My average cost 28.89, which is this, not the best, 19. So risking 30 cents here. Not wrong to tighten that stop because that is a strong resistance. So if we break that resistance, that means we're just going to be heading up. So resistance here is 29.08, 29.08, giving it another 7 cents for me not to get stop out. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that stop loss. So 28.87, 29.15. So around 25 cents risk. GD, not doing anything. Tesla consolidating here. All right, 5 minutes looking nice. 29.91. Looking for a big bid right here so I can add to my short. There is a big stack of asks right here at 115. Oh shoot, okay. Added to my position, a bit late to the ad. Good ad could have been at 28.89. Average cost is 28.87. Not a lot of volume here. Okay, we do have that moving average there. Okay, let's drill our stop. I just don't like that how weaky this thing is. This can easily get me stop out, but I'm not comfortable having this one to be a red trade. So support is being tested here. That is the low of this candlestick, 28.75. Let's see, 28.75. We're about to break that 28.75. 74. Okay. 74, 73 incoming. All right, perfect. Trailer stop. A bit aggressive with the trailing stop. Totally fine. So stop loss 79, 70. Still, this one still has some room to go down, but I don't like how weaky this stock can. Okay, so I got stop out. BA found the support 183. SE 1.5 million. Look at Tesla. Wow. Very nice. Let's go Tesla. Look at this one, 74 to 75. This could be also some short sellers right here. Short sellers, you need to cover, then you got the pop. PLTR consolidating. So we're just trying to see if there's any more trades that we can take. Otherwise, we can call it a day. It's 10:30. ON still has some room to go down here. I just didn't want to risk it because my ad right here was not the best ad. This is the thing that's throwing me off here. this big wick. It can easily just have that big wick on you. And yeah, did not want to risk it. Wow. Next place here is at the VWAP 28.33. All right, let's look at the one that's interesting. So Tesla, so long-term account looks good here. Since we are bullish in Tesla with my long-term account, what else is here? Yeah, there's really nothing. Look at this one. It stopped me out, and then now 28.75. We left more than 10 cents in the table. Totally fine. And I don't think I'm going to be trading any other stock here. Rivian here. We got stop out here, but it did not get to retest the support, and now it's heading higher. AMD, what we're waiting for AMD is to touch the and create a new high of day. AMD is one of the best stock to trade for day traders. It's very predictable. When you get that move of that ATR, like 201, 194, around $7 move, you know that it's not just gonna dump, you know, all the way to like $10. So look for support, ride that support, the upside, trail your stop using 5 minutes or 15. And yeah, that's what AMD had been doing. All right, trying to see if there's any other trade that we can take. Right now I don't see anything. When I don't get to see anything else, what I do is go back to my watch list here. So let's see, let's just go over this. I went to look at our scanner, nothing really there. So yeah, let's just go to the watch list. So Tesla, we were trading. What's Goldman Sachs doing? Nothing. I'm just looking at the daily here. Let's look at any stocks that is a potential as well for a long-term trade. Nothing. Snap doesn't look interesting at all. Just under consolidation. Microsoft, just like the rest of the AI stock, very strong. BABA had been strong for a couple of days. Amazon, nice bounce. Look at this one, 172 to 76. CVNA, nah. DraftKings had been strong. Coin, pullback. Apple, nice bounce up. Lyft, just looking at the daily. Rivian, very nice, pushing up. Now look at what this ON is doing. That's why we have a very tight stop loss, because it can easily just have that big wick. WBD, nothing interesting. Disney, nice cup up. Roku consolidating. BA, this one just lost that VWAP. Coin, HPQ. I was looking at this like a week ago when it was, or 2 weeks ago, it was at the VWAP, because all the AI stock, just looking for something for a long-term AI play. had a cold feet and did not get to enter it when it was just consolidating at the VWAP. But yeah, so HP, that's the company. Yeah, looking good now. But yeah, I missed my chance for the long term. So Rivian, we saw INTC, Intel consolidating, Google already had that move. TDoc, I'm watching this one because when it had its earning massive sell off, it had found a support 1426, and I believe that is the low, all-time low for this. Can you imagine? At one point it was 309. But long term, doesn't look like it. It is a bit of a risky play for a long term, so I was just watching it, but really not able to jump into it too high of a risk. 12 to 8. Piton. Daily doesn't look good. Wish this is one of those that had lots of reversal split. Hood, nothing good. LCID, EV stock. AI, DoQ, Marvell got beaten up the other day. Big Bear AI, massive dump. U heading lower. Yeah, so nothing good. All right, so I think I'll call it a day. Looking at the watch list as well as our scanner, nothing there. We're just consolidating. Tesla already have the move. Rivian already got the move, and Rivian it stopped us out. ON stopped us out as well. We were trailing our stop, so just a small green trade there. So all three were green trades. So let's do our recap. All right, so good morning, everyone. It's 10:48, March 12, 2024. We finished our trades today. We traded three stocks, traded Tesla, Rivian, ON. So let's look at our Tesla trade first. So for Tesla, all right, what we saw with Tesla is at the open, we do have that big pulled back by SPY. So SPY moved from 513 all the way to 510, $3 move with SPY. With that move of SPY, the rest of the stock had also got that move down. So I was looking at Tesla to begin with just because Tesla with the daily looks like we have found a very strong support. And that support right there is this level at 173.86. 173.86. Let me just remove some. So let's see how it looks like at the pre-market data. Pre-market data, I did not even get to put my level here, pre-market low, pre-market high at Tesla, but looking at the higher time frame, we do have a big support here. All right, big support at the daily is this level. If you see, it had touched so many times at that level that we have 1, 2, and then today 173.67, 173.67. So Looking at a higher time frame, we have a higher probability that that can act as a strong support. So what I did is let's look at a lower time frame. When we encountered that level, I wanted to have an early entry, so I used a lower time frame. Using a lower time frame can also means you can get wicked out so easily. So lower time frame in the 1 minute, it looks like that's the first doji that we have encountered. First doji here, so I went long. Stop loss is below or low of the day. I was looking at other stocks, so by the time I hit my hotkeys to cover, it was all the way down here. Now, that's the thing about having, not timing it correctly. Since the first trade here in Tesla, including that ad right here, was a red trade, I do have now a paper hands where I cannot held this trade longer than what I used to do with some trades, just because I don't want to turn it to a red trade. So I got stop out. Our support right here, 173.67, acted as a strong resistance. When I saw that we have encountered that support right here, 72.5. Now, what are my confirmation that that is a support? For this one, for this trade, I was just looking at the bid and the ask. Looking at the bid and the ask, that can just be a scalp trade, right? But I can honestly say that this is a bit of a revenge trade, just because, I got stop out here. Looking at the bid and the ask, there is a small stack of orders sitting here at the ask. So, okay, I jump in for the long. After jumping into the long, we still haven't had a lot of confirmation here that we're heading higher. But when I saw that volume bar is starting to pick up, I added to my position. Stop loss is still low of the day. We have that pushed up. That pushed up went all the way up the moving average. That time I added to my position again. A little bit of an aggressive trade right here, because I only have one confirmation that we have a big volume when it's pushing up. I still have my loss here. So looking at this consolidation was a torture for me, because what I'm seeing with my P&L is I have a big loss right here, and that consolidation, will that add to my loss right here? So that psychology gives me a paper head. That psychology just gives me, if I'm a bit up on a trade, then I will close it. And that's the reason why I close it right here at the VWAP. I could have held, let's say, 20% of it, but just because I already encountered a loss here, this time right here was a torture, trying to think, am I going to accumulate more loss if this one doesn't work? That's why I was so aggressive in taking profit here. And taking that profit, having that psychology mess me up, I left. So let's see here. So that's 174.08, 176.44. So more than almost $2.50 that I left in the table. So not the best trade, but this timing right here, this consolidation right here, just messed up with my psychology. But I'll take it. It still is a green trade right there. I could have managed it better if I did not turn, or if I did not start with a red trade in Tesla. But that's how it is sometimes. You cannot get everything, and sometimes you will really leave money in the table. As long as you get that consistency and you protect your risk control is there, then you should be okay. Next one, Rivian. So what I saw with Rivian at the daily here, let's just delete. Daily, Rivian had been strong for, let's see, had a big gap up last Thursday. We were trading that one. And then, yeah, having a little bit of a pullback. When I saw that it is testing that moving average right there, what caught my attention with Rivian is this volume bar. So now we're doing the volume price analysis. You have a big volume bar right here, around 745,000 shares, and that just caught my attention. So that's where I started a long here. I did mention that my long here is just going to be a small position because my capital is tied at Tesla. So small position with Rivian. And if you notice here at Tesla, the time that I closed my position to Tesla at 10:07. So 10:07 I closed my position in Tesla. 10:07, okay, is right here. That's the time that my capital is now freed. So we were encountering this consolidation, entered and added to my position right here since my capital is now freed from Tesla, so I can use the rest of it. So small position to the long, added to my position. We encountered that consolidation again, and I was telling earlier that we are encountering that wedge, right? This wedge right here. So you have your consolidation. Once we break that consolidation, look at the push up right here. So we have a pushed up, and since my ad here is not the best because I was waiting for my Tesla position to be finished, I have a very tight stop loss. So I was trailing my stop, and at the first sign of pullback, I get stop out there. So that's what happened here. So you get that big rejection at 12.37. My stop loss is behind it, 12.3. So only have 432 there. Not a home run, but I'll take that. And then for ON, when we were still at Tesla as well as in Rivian position, I was already calling out that ON is a setup that we teach in our class, that we are short bias. So what do we see in ON that made us short bias? You have, number one is it's 14.4% low. It meets our criteria that it should be at least 3% high or 2% down. So you have a big gap down right here. You have established that high of the day, 29.09, and from that level it just went lower. So I was calling out that I will be interested in shorting ON if it touched the high of the day, which it did. So high of the day, that's why we put a level there, 29.09. I'll be interested in shorting this one. We were looking at it when it was at this level. It already have that rejection. I was saying it and calling it out that it did not give us the signal, the trigger to enter short, because it is still not at our level at 29. See here, 29.09. So we waited patiently here to form. So did not give us the signal because our level is all the way up here. I was also calling out, I'm waiting for an inverted hammer. We did not get that. What we got is this fat inverted hammer. Not the perfect one, but a fat one. So, okay, but what did we see there? It did touch our level, that 29.09. So after touching that level, okay, we got the trigger. Big volume bar here. Could be buyers are getting exhausted because we created this big wick right here, 29.5. You created a big wick right here because sellers just pushed this stock down and created that level. So we entered short at the level that we were waiting for, 29.09, added to that short, paper hands again, just because we do have that big wick right there. This can easily just fill that wick. So what I've been doing is having my stop loss like very tight. So initially our stop loss is at 29.5. When we were building our position here, we now put our stop loss 29.09 and even have our stop loss right here. Once we have that little bit of a move down, we were just behind it, right? So added to the position, have a little bit of, we broke that support. That's why I add to my position and just trailing my stop. So at the first sign of push top, we're going to be out. So unfortunately, it did not give us that moved down. It just tested that level. And since our stop loss is there, 29.79, we were all out with a small profit of $89. That's the thing about having that big wick. You want to protect as well because that wick can easily, or that level can easily get tested. So, it really did not give us that big of a move because what I'm waiting for is at the VWAP, but it already just stopped us out, which is this one. I can say this one is still a good trade because we were able to tighten our stop, obey our risk control parameters, and even with that small move, it was still a green trade. So with that, ending our day with 2200, only traded 3 stocks and we're done for the day. Tesla, let's see, after that recap, if there's anything else. BA now. Yeah, BA is hard to short now just because it had been have that big sell off for couple of days, couple of weeks, that eventually this could have just found a support as well. So how much of a drop are you expecting? So the last time it was in that level was back in October of 2023. So you're gonna be shorting against those investors as well who's just waiting for a good entry here with BA. So be very careful in shorting this one. This can just have the VWAP as a strong support. Roku, very interesting, tested the high of the day and created a new high of the day. Tesla is about to do that as well. This is going to be testing the high of the day too. Okay, AMD, we were saying that AMD will test the high of the day as well, which it did. So it's now at 201.2. Next resistance here is this wick, 203.39. And next one is at 205. So, but look at this V reversal right here, which NVIDIA did as well, but NVIDIA is just stronger. So you have the V reversal, but you have that massive move. So up by $45. Look at that. So yeah, no other trades to take here. Just a bunch of consolidation. And we'll call it a day. So for those of you who's asking on where to begin, on where to, how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's called ecourseunlocked.com, and we do have our course syllabus there. And let's see here for day trading. If you click that link, we do have those services that we offer. We add to the content every week, so learning never stops. And we do have our syllabus right here, so please check that one out. We're venturing now out as well to real estate, so we're very excited about that. And we do have this free downloadable stuff regarding our top trading strategy, so please check that one out. We do have our recap right there just to kind of feel if day trading is for you. Please feel free to check our recap there, and we hope that we get to add some value to your trading strategies with that free PDF. I think that's at least 20 pages long there. And with that, thank you so much for watching. We'll do this again next time. And yeah, we do live trading every Tuesday and every other Friday. So with that, thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living. My name is Mary, and I'm a day trader. So what do you value the most? Is it family? Is it your relationship? Is it health? Is it growth? Or maybe a status? Or maybe a popularity? Is it achievement? Or is it security? Is it fulfillment? Or is it a passion? Is it a relationship, adventure, being creative, being able to do what you want at your own terms, or just loving what you do, exploring the world, giving back, serving? Now the list can go on and on. what's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living.
At 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we expect comments from ECB Bank Supervisor Bush, and we expect the EIA STEER report. At 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we expect comments from ECB Bank Supervisor Bush, and we also expect the EIA steer report. So Putin says, I support restrictions on oil production with OPEC Plus, but there is an alternative position and risks of losing global market share, according to Interfax. Shortly expecting the EIA steer report and comments from ECB Bank Supervisor Bush.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial Juice Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
ECB's Holzman says the ECB rate cut is more likely in June than April. ECB's Bush says underlying vulnerabilities may not have been exposed. So Putin says he fully supports the output cuts in cooperation with OPEC+. And ECB's Bush says there are early signs of a deterioration in loan portfolios, including in loans to smaller firms and to firms in sectors such as construction and real estate. ECB's Holzman says cutting before the Fed is not without risk. At 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we expect comments from Bank of England's Bailey, who's a panelist at the Banco d'Italia Symposium in honor of ECB's Visco. At 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we expect comments from Bank of England's Bailey, who's a panelist at the Banco d'Italia Symposium in honor of ECB's Visco. Shortly expecting comments from Bank of England's Bailey.